What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Adobe Photoshop Masterclass course. We are continuing on the layer section. This is going to be layer effects. It's really going to start getting fun right now, all right? So first off, I want to go ahead and right click here and disable the vector mask. All right, I want to just bring this back to normal, get this one looking nice and bright. Honestly, this is a 10 out of 10 piece right here. I love it. This was just such a great combination, and it worked out just so well. Honestly, 10 out of 10, all right? Of course, we're giving ourselves a pat on the back. Now, let's actually go back a couple things, because what I want to do is I want to be using this actual project here, and I want to actually go ahead and demonstrate quickly some layer effects and how they can be used to enhance a graphic. And then I want to come back in the next episode, literally in a couple minutes, and we'll do an exercise. We'll do this together. So I want to introduce you to the first time to the effects section down here. If you click effects, you have a whole bunch of different options, and if you actually go ahead and tap any of them, for example, if we tap drop shadow, it will load up this particular layer styles, aka layer effects window right here. It's called layer styles, but personally, the effects, I personally call them layer effects. And instantly, if we see that's ticked the drop shadow because we clicked it, there is now a advanced layer effect on the back, which is some drop shadow. And each particular effect has a whole bunch of series of customizations. So for example, we could get the distance going down, even the angle. Let's say we wanted to put it at a nice 120-degree angle. You have full control over the distance, full control over the actual size, the spread, so we could bring that in a little bit more, have it like be a full-blown shadow, and pretty much you have all these customizations. Now, that's just one of them. We could go ahead and click that and untoggle it. We could also go in here to outer glow and see the next one, right? And again, these are just different options. Now, funny enough, these actually also have their own little blending modes, which can make them more defined or less defined. But a lot of the time, the default blending mode, if we click reset to default, it's going to give you something you can definitely work with, and it's going to give you something that's going to be sort of the default that they deem as the worthy settings, if you will, right? So screen is the default for outer glow to give it that sort of that glow to it. You've also got your pattern overlay, which can be used to overlay patterns. I mean, it's in the title, onto whatever particular object. Actually, that's looking kind of nice right there. So what I want to go ahead and do is leave that, maybe turn on a little bit of drop shadow, and I'm just getting into the mindset of customizing our particular layers, right? This is a text layer that's being customized. You've also got your gradient. So for example, if we wanted this to not just be one color of purple, but actually maybe two different colors, it sort of fades from a dark, or we double click and maybe make that a black and make the top a white, right? So you really do have like this dark to white, sort of a dark to light type of color scheme going on. You've got color overlay, which would just be one solid color. Obviously, that'll undo what we've done below here, so I'm not going to do that. And you've got your stuff like this, the satin. This right here is just a little bit of sort of depth to it. You've got your inner glow, which is something personally I don't use too much, but for different effects, this could be useful. As you see, you can add that little sort of glossiness to it, if you will. And you've got your inner shadow, which is sort of the inner glow, but shadow. Again, you can increase that. Maybe again, this is great for depth. You wanna make it seem like it's a little bit 3D or whatever the case may be. You could totally use that. In fact, that's looking pretty nice. I'm gonna leave it. And you got your stroke. Stroke is an outline around everything. So that right there is white. We could change it to black right here. Change it back to white, whatever. That right there is a stroke. That's sort of nice for defining stuff, making stuff pop out a little bit more. And you got your bevel and emboss, which is, again, more of that sort of 3D style stuff, making it have a bit more depth to it. I think, honestly, that text right there is looking pretty good. After we've worked our way from the bottom all the way to the top of the effects, we're going to press OK. And look at that advanced text layer right there that we've created in a matter of minutes. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different effects on there. We created them using the layer styles, aka the layer effects. And that right there is about as simple as it gets. Let's come back here with an exercise coming up next, and let's actually walk through that process together. Let's make text from scratch. Let's customize it. Let's take a basic text layer. Let's make it an advanced text layer. Coming up next, let's do it.